Welcome to another No Strings Attached. This is Colin with Eventide, and this is Synthwave. Over the years, there have been so many ambient musicians on YouTube using the H9 or space pedal for the black hole effect with their synth gear. So now that we have it in this standalone version, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to show off what it would be like as a return effect in a synth jam. I just recently got the KeyStep Pro from Arturia, and this thing is just awesome, full stop. I'm going to use it today to clock my drum brute, sequence a lead, and some chords from the Deckard Stream. Quite frankly, we haven't gotten this thing on camera enough since we got it from the Black Corporation a couple of years ago, and the raw analog quality of the Deckard Stream just really speaks to the soul of the 80s synthwave escapist, and it sounds even more amazing when paired with the Black Hole. So as you're going to see in this synth jam, the Black Hole isn't just going to act as the ambient backdrop to this jam, but also open up some performative pathways. Let's explore. So here's what our chord sequence sounds like dry. Not dry. So here's what our chord sequence sounds like dry. I'm just going to preview a couple of the main parameters of the Black Hole before we get into it. Gravity is the shape of the tail. So with zero gravity, this is the noon position. This is generally a longer decay. And as you increase gravity, think of it pulling the tail down, so you'll actually get a shorter tail the higher that gravity is. If you take gravity back in the other direction to the left of noon, you'll enter inverse gravity. And this will shape your reverb tail with a reverse amplitude. So this is really unique because you can get your dry signal swelling or sweeping into the ambient territory. So let's hear what that sounds like on the Deckard Stream. Here's something really fun. When you change the size parameter while there's information in the buffer, you'll get sort of a pitch change. And this is something that I had the good fortune of seeing BT use at NAMM 2020 with Richard Devine at the Korg booth on their ARP 2600s. There were some special moments that he was able to make just out of changing the size on the Black Hole algorithm with his space pedal. Finally, we have freeze, which is going to trap whatever is in the buffer and keep it static as a texture or pad-like sound. Let's hear some of this on our lead track to show how much real depth that we can add to the mix. All right, let's move on to the next step. I'm going to bring up the drums and let's dial in some sweet spaces. Thanks for tuning in to see how Black Hole can help tie your synth elements together, as well as create new elements and new ways to perform your set. That's going to do it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.